So the time has come that I need to sell off some of my bikes. This is my 1996 Honda CBR600F3. It currently has about 11,000 miles on it. The miles are going to go up the more I ride it. I do love the bike. It's just gorgeous. The story goes, it was owned by an elderly gentleman who purchased it new in '96 and rode it till he was about 70 and then parked it. And his son inherited it, and his son pulled it out of storage. It started right up and ran, and he put it up for sale, and I was the lucky person who bought it. The bike was stored with airplane fuel in the gas tank. The gas tank looks like it's brand new, the way it did when it rolled out of the factory. Mechanically, I haven't done much to this bike. The bike is cold right now, and you see I just turn the key, pull the choke, and it starts right up. This bike has started just like it did in this video every time in the last year that I've owned it. Mechanically, all that I've done to it is a manual cam chain tensioner, fuel filter, spark plugs, K&N filter charger. Not much more than that has been done to the bike mechanically to get the engine to purr like it does right now. So as you saw, it does have a battery tender on it. I have put the LED turn signals all the way around. I'm kind of fond of the smaller LED turn signals over those great big turn signals that Honda put on motorcycles back in the 90s. I put some LED bulbs in the dash, make them a little bit brighter. All the lights work. It does have an up-to-date and current North Carolina inspection. So if you're in North Carolina and you're buying the bike, you don't have to get an inspection for a year. It does have Galfer braided brake lines in the rear. It has EBC HH pads, front and back. Again, Galfer braided brake lines in the front. I have a 90-degree valve stem, front and back. Put the shorty levers on it. These are Y2K Honda VFR rear view mirrors. In the 90s, Honda bikes had these condom mirror rubber things over the mirror arms, so those are gone. I found a yellow second look Lockhart Phillips, I think is the yellow windscreen that's on it. I put some Superbike grips and a second look tank bra. I believe that's a Lockhart Phillips seat cover on the back on the cowl. And I do have a Sergeant seat with the carbon fiber finish for this bike that will probably go with the bike. It does have the fender eliminator trunk, which is rare to find on a CBR. I put my man purse in there. I've got a bottle of Plexus and a towel so I can clean my face shield when I'm out riding. Typically, when I get on this bike and go for a ride, I take it out for a couple 100 miles. The bike's never failed on me. The bike's very fast, I would say. For a 600, it's very fast. It's very nimble in the turns. This trunk takes two hands to close it. With me holding the camera, it's a little bit more difficult, but I got it. I put the Vance & Hines SS2R pipe. Again, 90-degree valve stem on the rear wheel. If somebody buys this soon, I will put a brand new set of tires on this bike for you, so you'll ride out with a brand new set of tires. But if I have to ride the bike again, I'm going to ride the bike one more time on this set of tires, and then I'll probably put the new set on and go scrub them in myself. So any of you that have played with an F3, you know that they do not like being cold. They run great once they've warmed up, but when they're cold, not so good. If you can see back in there, tucked away inside the plastic, there is a manual cam chain tensioner on the engine. So that Vance & Hines SS2R pipe, it sounds amazing. When you got your helmet on going down the road, this bike makes a beautiful noise, and it comes alive at about 6,000 RPMs to the red line. I do love putting this bike through the turns. I am going to miss it. I have the bike listed for sale for $4,000. That price is going to be firm. The last 96 CBR I had, I let it go for $3,500, and that was too cheap. I regret getting rid of that one. The bike has been dropped on the right and the left. Where the stickers are on the right, they covered up the scuff with the Honda sticker, and I peeled the Honda sticker off. The paint came with it. There's some scuffage on the left side where it fell on this side. Fortunately, the case looks pretty good. There is a chip by the filler hole on the tank, and there's some scuffage on the rear cowl where it hit the ground. Again, the guy was 70 when he was riding this thing, so in his 60s and 70s, it's easy to drop a bike at 30, so think how it is 40 years later. So as you see, the tank looks great. There's no rust inside. The bike always starts up and runs great. Since I've had it, it always starts up, runs, idles great. And again, once you get it out on the road, and start riding it, and the engine warms up, and the gas starts flowing through it, that engine smooths right out. This bike hasn't been out of the garage in a few weeks, and just doing this video isn't enough time to have the bike just sitting in the parking lot idling and warming up. But it does run great. I love this bike. I'll probably miss it when it's gone and end up having to buy another one sometime down the road, but this bike could be yours.